onto the stream. Do a little bit of this. Because this does seem like a fucking meme right now. At about 7 o'clock this morning, so about 4.5 hours ago, 5 hours ago from now when I start recording this video, something did get leaked from Konami through a user on Facebook by the name of Renner Brain. He got it from a Germany Direct from Konami Germany. So this is a really, really big change that comes with the TCG and how our booster packs work. So before I comment any further, I'm just going to come up to the main screen. It is a little bit pixelated because I've tried to scroll in so it's a little bit easier to read, but it's done a bit of a pixelation on here, but it still should be fairly clear. So it says 7 minutes ago, but it was photographed like an hour, 7 minutes after it was taken, post up on one site an hour later, went a bit widespread after that. Then I got a handle of it when I actually got out of bed because, Australians. But from the top, for everyone, the so-called Prismatic Secret Rare got its official name, Starlight Rare. So that's what's being called. With Eternity Code, the normal rare will be removed from the main set. The new rarities that will take over, Super Ultra Secret Rare, will be distributed flat. Now, from what I've heard here is basically they'll take all of the normal rares out, and anything that would be in the normal rare slot will now be printed either Super Ultra or Secret Rare. There will be no extra commons in this set, from what I've heard. So what you'll probably be expecting, and I believe the set release for Eternity Code has already got this, it'll be 50 common, 26 super, 14 ultra, or it could be 24 super, 16 ultra, and 10 secret rares. We guarantee 10 secret rares. So Gamer 3K has already seen this, but hey, it gets worse. Now, this line, all cards will be evenly distributed. So what they've just done, if this is true, and this is coming, if someone from Konami Germany has said this to somebody over in a German Direct or whatever, or a community day, it means that they have just freely admitted to short printing cards. So, not that we already knew this. You go and watch from, Zodiac Duelist or House of Champs YouTube channel when he's had, case pull rates from certain shops that have done pulled cases and recorded their rates. We know that short printing was a thing, but Konami never officially endorsed saying that they were short printing cards. This straight up admits that they were. That means there'll be no short prints in the main sets for holos. Starlight Rares will be bumped up to 5 cards for the sets from 4. You will get 8 commons and 1 holo from each pack. So you'll get 9 cards instead of, I believe it was 10 before. I'd be happy to be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was 4 commons, normal rare, super ultra secret, and then 4 commons. Could be wrong. It's been a while since I've pulled a pack. I'll go and look back at my other stuff. But this is looking like something like Pokemon and Magic, which do a similar thing, where you get a heap of commons, and then the 1 rare in the center. Sneak peeks will be discontinued. Ignition Assault is the last sneak peek. So if you have a sneak peek this weekend for Ignition Assault, have fun with it. It's the last one you'll ever do. There will no longer be any sneak peek mats, period. From Eternity Code onward, there will be pre-release events in which you get better promo cards than ever before. Bracket much more playable, close bracket. With the last visit of the event, you get the right to purchase 1 display of the latest set at this event. Now, I'm guessing by 1 display, they probably mean that you get the ability to buy a box. See you later, Phoenix. Get yourself looked at. Make sure you're okay. So I'm guessing you can buy a box of the product before the release time, which is kind of cool. And I would be hoping that you could buy it at pre-order amounts, or maybe a little bit less. That'd be pretty cool. The rest of the event will be in open dueling. So I'm guessing at this point it'll be just normal matches. Play your standard deck. You just get the ability to rock up and buy a set early. Maybe. No. So, okay. The rare will be off the main sets for now, but it may return in other products in the future. So depending on the backlash they get from this, they may revert back to their old way, or I've got a better thing they can do in order to make their stuff a little bit better. Special editions will be discontinued from Eternity Code. With Eternity Code, Ignition Assault will be the last special edition set. So you'll no longer be able to get super rare printings of a couple of cards from a future set in a special edition of the previous set. So like what Called by the Grave was when it came up in, I forget what special edition that was, but it was a super rare as in the special edition as a promo card and then released in common in a future set. A new product will come in the future to replace this type of product. We have no idea what that's going to be for now. A new product will come in the future to... Rush Duels will be, for now, only for Japan and not be released in the TCG tier. It is their equivalent of speed dueling, because I think speed dueling doesn't exist over in the OCG. Unsure. Please retweet this to get the word out. So... what does this all mean? I'm just going to sit here and just speak to the camera from this screen so other people can have a read of this when they come in a bit later. So, Magic the Gathering and Pokemon do a similar thing, where you'll open a pack and you'll get a handful of commons and the center card will be the rare or a full art or whatever you want to call it. Now, the one thing that I've got a big problem with this is because they've taken out the normal rare and they've upscaled them up to the super, the ultra, and the secret rare positions, but now you only get one of those rarity cards. Basically now, the cards that used to be normal rares are now going to be higher in price, but as a result also higher in rarity. On top of that, because now there's only one rarity spot, the chance of you pulling a secret rare by sheer math has now gone down. If they do even distribution, there may not be a guaranteed case of pulling 2 secret rares per box now. I hope that's not the case, but even if that was the case, the secret rares are going to be more expensive now just on the basis of the flooding of extra secret rares into the set. There's now 10 secret rares in the set instead of 8. And don't forget, you've also now got the 5 prismatic rares, or starlight rares as they're calling them. I think that's pretty bad. I think I'm just going to keep calling them prismatics for now. So, with this change, I would expect mainly card prices to increase, card availability to decrease, pardon me, and Konami to get a massive backlash from the community on this. I actually have to agree with House of Champs on this one, and basically saying just on pure math, you're no longer getting the value of these booster packs at all by buying a box when they make this change at all. Because there were at least some cards in the normal super and ultra rare spot that you could pull them and not pull a secret and get somewhat your value back. See also like Savage Dragon Dingisu being in the ultra rare spot, IP Masquerain as well. You didn't have to pull a secret to pull value. But now your chance of pulling even those is lower because you've got that one slot and all 3 rarities are competing for it with even more cards in that rarity position. That's a bit of an ooft. Here's the thing that surprised me about this more than anything though. They're moving to a more Magic and Pokemon-centric idea of how they do packs with the one holo in the center, but they're not releasing a common rarity of that card at the same time. In Magic, that center card could be a $150 holo that's also available in common in the same set. The OCG already does this. Things available in Secret are available in Super as well. That way it brings the card cost down and the entry level to actually play the game is brought down, but the rarity hunters still get their secret rares. That doesn't really sound like they're going to do that here. It just sounds like they're going to be, yeah, you have 50 super, ultra, and secret rare cards all competing for the one slot. So if you buy one box, guaranteed 2 secret rares in that set, you now need to buy 5 boxes to be on average of pulling 1 of each secret rare. And that's if we take them at face value and saying that all of their cards will be evenly distributed. I don't think this is going to be a good change at all. If Konami is doing this change in order to sell more product, I'm gonna go out on a limb right now and say that it won't. People are probably going to be less likely to buy product now unless they're strictly trying to sell it as a singles product. But even then, the chance of pulling something that's actually decent, depending on what cards are in their secret rare spot, if they will print another cap shell in the secret rare spot and you pull that, you've just paid $120 for a booster box-ish, give or take, depending on where you're from, and you've pulled like $10 worth of cards out of it, because all the commons, generally speaking, aren't going to be good commons unless Konami makes the change of printing really good cards in the common rare position. But I don't see that happening. We've very rarely seen it happening now. Cards that have been in that position that have been good and in the meta have usually been in the meta by accident, or really old cards that have called to be in the meta. See also like Pagratops was a mistake. Pagratops was never meant to be a good card, but they forgot that special summoning while your opponent controls a monster and doing once per turn spot removal for 1/1 is good. Cold by the Grave was not meant to be a really good card. But when people realized you can stop hand traps with this, it became a really good card. Generally speaking, Konami will always print those cards in super rare or higher. So this makes me very, very worried about the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! And the entry level of getting staples, let alone getting deck cores now. It's just going to go up even higher. So prepare your wallets. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I would appreciate nothing more than Konami to ring me over this phone in the next week and have a fist come out and smack me in the jaw and say, you're wrong. You're going to get more secret rares per box because we're amping up the amount of secret rares, and we're going to amp up the amount of packs you get per box, but we're going to keep the price the same or some shenanigans like that. Or we're going to put things in those rarity spots in the common slot so that you have the chance of getting one, but the rarity hunters can get the higher rarity. I would love no more than to see that happen and to get belted over the head with a book by Konami and have that happen. But we know their track record. I don't think it's going to happen. So get you ready for your wallets and get ready for your deck cores to be really expensive, or just strictly put, get ready to just play this game on Dueling Book or YuGiOh Pro, because the entry level for buying a deck could be very, very expensive.